Man, oh man, do I have an awesome story for you guys today, and one that I personally will never forget. If you know me at all, you know that I am a huge 100 Thieves supporter, and I've been following the org for over 6 full years now. 100 Thieves is by far my favorite organization, and boy does my wardrobe show it. Between all the hoodies, jerseys, jackets, shirts, toques, honestly the list could go on for a while. But today I'm going to be telling you the story of the time that I played a game of VALORANT with Nadeshot. As a debrief, I'm going all the way back to the first time I recall seeing one of Nadeshot's videos and hearing about 100 Thieves. I was on YouTube late in 2017 and was scrolling through my homepage looking for a video to watch when I saw a recommended video from Nadeshot talking about his team being back with a huge announcement. Now at this point I had not heard of Nadeshot and didn't know what his team was. As you can probably tell, I had no background in Call of Duty whatsoever. But basically I remember him sitting in his room with that burgundy 100 Thieves hoodie on, talking to his camera and announcing a multi-million-dollar investment from the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Ever since that video I've been following the org and for the first couple years checked in every now and again. I followed them a little bit closer when they got into Fortnite and was checking out some of the merchandise here and there. It wasn't until they announced that they were entering VALORANT by signing Hiko that I really started following 100 Thieves. The original roster and those first couple months were kind of a blur and I don't remember much to be honest, but that same summer is when I first picked up some 100 Thieves merch from their No Camping collection and have been adding to the merch collection a ton ever since. Back to the VALORANT side of things, I have fond memories of watching Hiko, Dicey, Asuna, Nitro, and Steel all playing together. One specific memory I have is sitting in my university dorm, wearing my 100 Thieves hoodie, and watching them win First Strike North America, the first major VALORANT tournament. The feeling was incredible and I was so happy they won. It's such a fun time and a memory I won't forget. I think that's enough backstory though, so we can get into the meat and potatoes of the story, the stuff you guys have been waiting to hear. It was about 2 years ago now, and the VALORANT ranks had just reset, and I was trying to get back to Platinum at the time, and I think trying to hit Diamond for the first time. Now, I'm on East Coast and Nadeshot is on the West Coast, so the odds of this happening in the first place are crazy, just with how many people play the game, but the distance and time zone difference just worsen the odds. Now you might be thinking, if you're on different coasts, then how are you guys on the same servers? To explain Nadeshot's side, or at least from what I'm guessing, is that the person he was playing with at the time was also East Coast like me, so they were playing on Texas servers to balance out the ping. I'm guessing this because the night before I was playing with Ariana, and since she's also on the West Coast, we were on Texas servers to balance out the ping. I'm almost always the party leader when we play, so I had manually selected only Texas servers to play on. To this day, I almost always forget to change the servers back when I play by myself, and the same thing happened on this day. I forgot to change the servers back to something on the East Coast, so it was Texas, and I just queued up. I got into my game, I don't think anyone talked at the start, and a couple people had their names hidden, which is nothing new. So we loaded into the game, it was on Fracture, and the map was still pretty new if I remember correctly, so I was nervous just to begin with. The enemy team entered our site on pistol round and they got picked apart so fast, and before I knew it the round was over, and our Viper had aced. He killed everyone so fast that half of our team was confused, including myself, and I'll never forget hearing someone go, "What the heck?" or probably something a bit more profane, but something along those lines, and thinking to myself, was that Nadeshot that I just heard? He said something shortly after, telling the guy he was cracked or something like that, and I was like, okay, this has to be him, it sounds way too familiar. I went to check and see if he was live at the time, and sure enough he was. And he was in fact on my team in VALORANT. I remember getting extremely nervous because I was playing Reyna, who I'm not really good at, especially at the time, and I felt like this was my one audition for 100 Thieves. But I remember immediately texting my girlfriend and being like, "Check out Nadeshot's stream, I'm on his team right now," and she was just so excited and happy for me, and I still was in disbelief. Like, I got way too much into my own head about having a good performance to the point where it was probably worsening my play, but I was just really nervous and couldn't help it. The only downside to this story is that it was so short-lived. The enemy team forfeit after 4 rounds of the game, and for those of you who know, that's literally the earliest you can forfeit a game of VALORANT, so I got a chance to play with Nadeshot in what was literally the shortest competitive game possible. Now, Nadeshot was spectating me at one point though, and he told me I had a nice flank, so not to flex or anything, but the owner of a top esports org complimented my gameplay. It's also very fitting that it was about a flank, since flanks and lurks are my specialty when it comes to VALORANT, since I'm not always the best aimer. Now if you look closely here, you can see that I outfried him. I did also die more than him, but we take as many wins as we can get, and honestly getting to play with Nadeshot was a big enough W as it was, even if it was short-lived. I remember after clipping us winning from his stream, going upstairs and telling my parents about it because they know I'm a huge 100 Thieves fan, and while they don't fully understand the whole esports and video games thing, they were still really happy for me, so shout out to them. There's also a few people at my work who play VALORANT and other games who know Nadeshot, and I told them about it, and they also knew how big of a 100 Thieves fan I was as well, so they were just pumped for me. But yeah, I thought it was a really cool experience. It hasn't happened since, and I haven't talked to him since, but, you know, maybe he'll be my boss one day if I'm a content creator for 100 Thieves, so I'll talk to him about it at some point later. If you're curious for ranks as well, at the time I believe he was Plat 2 and I was Gold 3, which to be honest was still higher than I should have been at the time, but here's a screenshot from the end of the game as well. I got Reyna diffed, but our Viper carried us and our Jet diffed theirs, so it balances out. Jet was Nadeshot's duo if I remember correctly, which, like, not a bad guy to duo with, you know? Nowadays, Nadeshot's been up to Immortal a few times, and I'm hard stuck Ascendant on good weeks and hard stuck Diamond 3 on bad weeks, so we both have come pretty far. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Just like my game with Nadeshot, this video is pretty short-lived, but let me know in the comments if any of you guys have played video games with anyone famous. I'd be really interested to hear those stories, so drop them below. If you enjoyed the video and want to subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. I really want to grow this channel and put out more content for you guys. You can also leave any video ideas in the comments as well, since I'm always looking for more ideas. You can check out more videos on the playlist on screen. Other than that, I pray that you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you guys all in the next video. Until then, take care and God bless.